Needs Assessment Survey. I created a 10-item survey in which I invited teachers from Head Start schools to answer. 2 articles I will be examining are Creating Taxonomies to Improve School, Home Connections with Families of Culturally and Linguistically Diverse Learners, and Teaching English Language Learners, Strategies for Overcoming Barriers. Here is a sample of my survey. I received responses from a total of 5 teachers who worked in the Bexar County Head Start Centers. I created a survey that included topics of communication, language, parent-teacher relationship, and student sense of belonging. Question 1. When asking about communication and being informed of their child's homework, Mildly and Fairly both received 40%. When asking about being informed about the work sent home, teachers said the parents were mildly informed and informed quite well. So this question says, how likely is a parent to meet you for a teacher-parent conference if asked? Based off of the results, they are not likely to meet up. This question says, based on your knowledge, how much sense of belonging does the students feel at school? Students have a sense of belonging in the classroom. In regards to school safety, students feel extremely safe. This question says, how well do the activities offered at school match the child's interests? The curriculum that is being taught sort of matches the child's interest. How would you rate the inclusiveness of your school's climate? The school is inclusive. In regards to the communication between the school and the student's family, the results are good, but they can improve. This question says, how would you rate the quality of instruction for an ELL? Instruction for ELLs is fair, which is low. This question says, how often do you see posters, flyers, and signs written in a language other than English? So information displayed in 2 or more languages is hardly displayed at all in a given school year. Two issues I would like to address from the results of the survey is improving home connections with families of culturally and linguistically diverse learners and teaching English language learners. Article 1. Creating taxonomies to improve school, home connections with families of culturally and linguistically diverse learners, introduce taxonomies as a means to examine and improve school practices and levels of responsiveness to families whose home language is not English, so that families feel more comfortable connecting with their child's school community. The article begins by discussing the importance of homeschool linkages. So the bullet here says, students perform better scholastically in schools when their parents are involved in the school community. Both parents and children benefit when a positive partnership exists. It is crucial for parents and teachers to have a two-way communication. It can be especially challenging to hold these conversations when the school staff members do not speak the home language or languages of their learners. So how can schools improve? Schools can implement culturally responsive practices. They can be considerate when using language and be mindful when communicating to parents. Becoming culturally responsive to learners is a multifaceted process that requires sustained commitment from both teachers and those who educate them. Culturally responsive practices involve recognizing the learners and their families' values and belief systems and responding to them appropriately. In regards to language and culture brokers, schools should never call upon children to perform as language brokers for the school. Even if there seems to be no one else available to translate, parents are easily comprised in this situation because it shifts the information power base from the school and parents to the pupil. When communicating with parents, showing examples of students' work will make the information more understandable. Even though in ELL Parents may be unfamiliar with the US-based school curriculum and educational practices from a cultural standpoint. They are more likely to understand the parent-teacher conversation if some context is provided. In Article 2, Teaching English Language Learners, Strategies for Overcoming Barriers, the author states, the number of English language learners in today's classroom is increasing. It is important to look at the concept of language learning from a whole child perspective. Teachers should strive for acculturation rather than assimilation. Phonemic awareness, phonics, vocabulary, fluency, comprehension, oral and written expression, and the structure of reading and writing can be taught using methods that allow students to learn and demonstrate knowledge in a way that teachers can monitor and understand. So, how can schools improve? It is important for teachers to learn the backgrounds of their students and the function of language and literacy in their native culture. They should use explicit instruction, adapted patterns of speech, modeling, and real reading to convey meaning and increase ELL's comprehension. Diverse learners may require somewhat differentiated methods of instruction and assessment. Being able to meet this challenge without taking time from other learners or singling out ELLs is both a difficult task and a delicate balance. Inclusion. Teachers should not underestimate the role of peers in the inclusion and education of ELLs. They should use partner share, group activities, and peer tutoring, including other ELLs whose knowledge and use of language is further progressed than others. Based off of the survey results, those were the issues I wanted to address and some strategies to improve. Thank you.